Welcome to Izumi YouTube Radio School. Today I'm going to talk about the age of exploration and Japan's cities. Imaicho Town, autonomous city on the land, in contrast to Sakai, autonomous city on the sea. Well, first of all, I would like to outline what we are going to talk about. Well, first, here, Imaicho, what Imaicho looks like in contrast to Sakai. And second of all, firearms and tea ceremony in view of the autonomous city, Imaicho and Imai Sokyu. And three is major items to examine. Then first, let's examine what Imaicho looks like. Well, this is world map in 15th century and 16th century, and India, Ming Dynasty, and Japan, and Sakai city here. Well, here, Sakai and Imaicho. Then Sakai lies east of Osaka Bay, and Imaicho lies east of Sakai. And here, Nara city and Kyoto is around there. Here is Nara and Kyoto. And two cities, I mean the Nara and Imaicho. It's connected with the oldest highway called Takenouchi Kaido, Takenouchi Highway in these days. Then it's a main road to connect Sakai and Imaicho. Well, then here comes more specific things about Imaicho. Well, steady trade with Hoi-an, Tonkin, Luzon, Cambodia. Well, with Sakai and the goods from Sakai to the Imaicho by way of Takenouchi Kaido, its oldest highway. Well, next, niter for gunpowder from India, and lead for brick from Ming Dynasty. And Francisco Xavier landed on Sakai in 1550. And the Imaicho started as a temple compounded town. We call it the Jinai-machi in 1559, succeeding as a manor possessed by Kofuji Temple. We have three major temples in Nara still now: Kofuji, and Todaiji, and Kasuga Taishi. Well, Yene started as a temple compounded town, 1559, and Oda Nobunaga directly owned Sakai and appointed Imai Sokyu as a magistrate in 1570, and autonomous rights are allowed to Imaicho by Oda Nobunaga in 1575, and moats were filled up by Toyotomi Hideyoshi in 1586, and port function comes to that end. Well, and Rikyu, Sen no Rikyu, passed away because of the involvement in 1591. That's the whole picture about Sakai and Imaicho. And here comes firearms and tea ceremonies. Well, Japan's population, by the way, in 1500 approximately 10 million. Well, the Ming Dynasty trade started in 1404 and ended in 1551. And arquebuses introduced in Tanegashima in 1543 by Portuguese merchant. Well, it's a big event for Japan, particularly for warriors class. Well, our first tea ceremony held by Sen no Rikyu in 1544, and arquebus production started in 1545, just 2 years after Tachibanaya Matasaburo came back to Sakai from Tanegashima. He stayed 2 years in Tanegashima and learned how to make it. Then, immediately after back to Sakai, he started manufacturing of the arquebuses. Well, and Toyotomi Hideyoshi obtained the Nagasaki as a directly controlled land in 1588 and encouraged it number trade. Well, here comes the Imai Sokyu. Well, Imai Sokyu. What Imai Sokyu is, they born in 52 in Imaicho town, and at 1593, the business person based in Sakai and the rest of Japan, actively involved in politics behind the scene and on Imaicho town. And he so actively supported Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi that he took lucrative advantages, such as being issued salt business license and the Yodo River Passage license and mining rights in Ikuno silver mine, because it's very important for trade. Silver is a key currency between Ming Dynasty and other areas in East Asia. And third, he is considered to be one of three great masters in tea ceremony, and Sen no Rikyu and Tsuda Soki. Well, dealing with these water housing and warehousing and financing, gunpowder, firearms, and pharmacopoeia. That's what he dealt, and offered Oda Nobunaga's prestigious tea urn in 1568 when he comes down to Kyoto, and also get self-governing members to accept what Oda Nobunaga was trying to impose on them. And he played as a go-between to prevent Sakai from being burned down by Oda Nobunaga, and his success to prevent sweeping burned down by Oda Nobunaga. And these are the historical facts, and based on that, we can see the following conclusive things. Well, Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi, two are the samurai warriors and ruling class in 15th century and 16th century. And the firearms, and political negotiations, and fundraising. These are what the merchant class offered. And in return to that contributions, special treatments and fair free trade has been given to merchant class. Well, that's why political negotiations, having tea ceremony, and free trade markets. To push the free trade market, they need Imaicho town as an autonomous city, and Sakai is also autonomous cities. That shows, or that represents, the rise of merchant class. Then in cooperation with the merchant contributions to samurai warriors class, Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi made a big success in ruling and in fighting other opponents in that areas. Then that's the background why to the warriors top gave the special treatment to Imai Sokyu, recognizing Imaicho town and Sakai as autonomous cities. Well, the age of exploration and Japan cities. Imaicho, autonomous city on the land, in contrast to Sakai, autonomous city on the sea. This concludes today's session. Thank you very much for your joining us.